Pholus Astrology, just exactly what is it? Ever since the existence of humanity, astrology has helped humans discover their paths in life and realign their thoughts. No matter how scientifically oriented you might be, your connection to the universe cannot be denied. Have you ever wondered why your seemingly insignificant actions sometimes end up having a larger-than-life impact? Well, Pholus Astrology is the answer to this phenomenon. From your thought process to the repercussions of your actions, you are never the person driving the bus. The universe has plans for us that are more often than not beyond our comprehension. This doesn't mean we have no control over our lives. Understanding the planetary movements and their orientation can help you determine the best way forward. Astrology is dependent on the alignment of stars, as that determines your characteristics and traits. Pholus, in particular, is the driving force behind the consequences of your actions. It's a symbol of the turning points in your life. If you wish to have a better grip on your life decisions and their impact, understanding Pholus Astrology is paramount. For your understanding, we have created a comprehensive guide to Pholus. Read further to know more about the significance of Pholus in astrology and the impact of its various planetary positions. What is Pholus in astrology? According to Greek mythology, Pholus was a centaur. A centaur refers to a half-human and half-horse. Yes, just like the ones you saw in Narnia. Chiron, Pholus, and Nessus were three famous and the most important centaurs, fathered by Centaurus. Pholus Astrology gives you the answers to some of the most burning questions. Its the position, with regards to other planets, is vital to effective decision-making. While hosting Hercules in his cave, Pholus unintentionally caused havoc, which ended with Hercules killing Chiron and resulted in his accidental death. The cause of his death was very petty. He accidentally dropped an arrow, drenched in Hydra's blood, on his foot. This is how he became a symbol of turning points in astrology. Putting it in simpler terms for you, Pholus is an asteroid. It has an asteroid number 5145. It was discovered by David Rabinowitz on the 9th of January 1992. After Chiron, it's the most significant asteroid in terms of impact. It has an orbital inclination of 24.7 degrees. While Chiron harmonically links Saturn with Uranus, Pholus perihelion, asteroid, embraces Saturn's orbit. Its orbit surpasses Uranus's and Neptune's orbit and harmonically aligns with Pluto's companion, Orcus. While it does not cross Pluto in its entirety, it brings us to Pluto. As a result, it has a harmonic resonance with Pluto. Here is how it determines your life path and helps you alter it. It helps you determine the true path destined for your soul. It acts as a trigger for large events. It helps you rediscover your sense of responsibility. Its understanding awakens you to your purpose, as per the soul's oath. It awakens you to the unexpected and magical. It helps overcome addictions. It instinctually makes you more protective of your loved ones. It arouses your nurturing and caring side and brings it to the surface. It assists you in moving beyond the limitations of your past. True to its symbolism, it acts as a force behind life-altering and radical changes. With the right guidance, it helps you in confronting the fears and inhibitions that hinder your path to self-actualization. It also affects how others perceive and react to us, which makes for a chain of interconnected events. Although it's a fairly recent addition to the science of astrology, Pholus is integral to understanding your purpose. Pholus Astrology answers all the questions you might have concerning your past becoming a hindrance. Every person has several turning points that end up defining his/her existence. Pholus Astrology assists you in making the most out of these defining moments. The domino effect doesn't have to leave negativity in its trail. Apart from all this, you can minimize the adverse impact of negative alignments by developing a clear and fruitful understanding. Pholus Astrology is also linked to certain events that seem beyond our control and have grave consequences. Importance of Pholus. Since it symbolizes taking the lid off, and results in explosive events, it has garnered immense importance. Wherever Pholus falls in your chart, determines the outlet for these ripple effects. Pholus is the astrological key to Neptune, just like Chiron is to Uranus and Saturn. It completes a revolution in 92 years. It is symbolic of setting off a chain of events in your own life. Generally, any sudden or life-changing event can be attributed to the position of Pholus in your chart. It has also found popularity in synastry charts and is considered a love asteroid. This is because, due to the depth of the impact of Pholus, it affects your partner's life as well. More often than not, you do not know how to respond to these instinctual changes. Let's understand the various positions of Pholus in astrology and their impacts in detail. Pholus can be positioned in 12 houses. These houses are Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Here is how Pholus acts in different orientations. Pholus in Scorpio. Scorpio is also referred to as the 8th house. Pluto rules Scorpio, the house of life, death, passion, and sexuality. It's a fixed sign with water as its element. Traditionally, it was ruled by Mars, but in modern interpretations, Pluto is the determiner. It has an air of mystery and intrigue about it and leads to sudden and unexpected events. Pholus in Scorpio makes for an interesting combination, as it can go either way. If your Pholus is in Scorpio, the following are likely. You have the chance to get extraordinarily close to others. As Scorpio signifies deep passion, people with Pholus in Scorpio can develop the ability to absorb others' emotions effortlessly. This transition can also be marked as a turning point in your sexual life. You could experience changes in your sexual drive and passion. Keep in mind, these changes can have both positive and negative connotations. You can strive to become more relationship-oriented and make concerted efforts to understand the people around you. You are more prone to open the doors to deeper emotional connections. Be mindful, getting carried away, or getting attached to the wrong people can lead to major heartache. Pholus in Scorpio can make insignificant events hurt you deeply, as Scorpio's passion combines with the depth of Pholus. Expecting too much of others makes for an emotionally draining journey. Since the presence of Pholus leads to ripple effects, this disappointment can lead to other non-rectifiable decisions. On the brighter side, you love more deeply and enjoy your life to the fullest. You can also develop the habit of perceiving things positively and take them on a lighter note. Pholus is the most peaceful and thoughtful centaur but still has animalistic traits. This intensifies when it's in Scorpio, which implies a dark and passionate emotionality. This makes for a very monumental transition that can make or break you in certain situations. As transitions can last for many years, their effects need to be understood, and you need to proceed with caution. Especially in the case of Pholus, as it could lead to some soul-searching and impact your personal relationships. Pholus in Aquarius. Aquarius is referred to as the 11th house. It signifies eccentricity and a free spirit. It is ruled by Uranus, which accords insight, innovation, and an element of surprise. It is associated with positive traits like intelligence and creativity. It's also symbolized as the water-bearer. Pholus gives visionary powers at times. Pholus also tends to stay in Aquarius for longer, as per recent observations. It sometimes travels blindly and creates a series of big events in its wake. Pholus in Aquarius is an intriguing alignment and has the following effects. It increases your curiosity by a great margin. As Aquarius makes you technologically inclined, you could turn to the web to attend to this curiosity. It can also take precedence over actual relationships. You could also struggle to find an anchor and search extensively for something to keep you interested. For this purpose, you might rely on friends or technology. This can take an interesting turn as you absorb as much information as you can. Putting it to productive use can benefit various aspects of your life. Since Pholus is associated with a sense of responsibility, you will become more accountable, both for your actions and others. You also accept the changes that happen with enviable ease. A downside to this is that you might subconsciously take responsibility for those who tend to be careless. This could lead to unwarranted events. Since this alliance is not inherently negative, if you practice a little caution, it could have fruitful repercussions. It is a long alliance in some cases or generations, 23 years to be precise. This happens because Pholus is already embracing Uranus, and Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. Pholus in synastry. Synastry refers to the comparison between the horoscopes of two or more people. It is used to determine their compatibility in terms of relationships and friendships. Although it has its limitations, it's found to be around 90% accurate in most cases. A synastry chart, using natal birth charts, determines the compatibility in terms of moon, sun, and planets. It is also known as relationship astrology. It is denoted by a pattern of rings. Typically, the inner ring has your natal birth chart details, and the outer one has the other person's. Conjunctions bring two planetary energies together, and too many of them can complicate relationships. Trine is the positive aspect of synastry as it signifies compatibility and blending. They can only be interpreted by experts due to their complicated conjunctions and potent links. Due to this, they usually come with detailed explanations. Planets in the 1st, 5th, 7th, and 8th house are the most important when it comes to synastry. Pholus in synastry determines the change brought on you by your partner. It literally translates to having a strong influence on someone and, in turn, impacting the lives of both individuals. As mentioned before, Pholus is associated with overcoming and spiraling into addictions. These kinds of events are an example of how more than one person can be impacted by Pholus. It is counted amongst the essential love asteroids. When you are under the influence of a Centaur, you are bound to go through a monumental transformation. Either you awaken to new prospects or find yourself in the midst of a catastrophe. These situations impact your partner or companion. If you have Pholus in a prominent position, you will be motivated by impulses beyond your understanding. It can be on a positive note, like taking added responsibility and becoming more caring and nurturing. It can also be negative if emotional outbursts are misconstrued, and the past becomes a hindrance in the present. It has the strongest influence on a Sagittarius or a Virgo. Creating a butterfly effect could cross boundaries and increase your curiosity beyond a point of return. Most people are unaware while they are going through a Pholus transition. They are caught off guard and react in unfavorable ways. This sets off a chain of actions and reactions that can destroy relationships. Wrapping up. Pholus astrology is not just an art, it is backed by science. Pholus is of great importance in Greek mythology and impacts our actions profoundly. Due to this, Pholus in astrology has become a determiner of compatibility, as well as a person's characteristics. If you wish to understand your purpose in life and want a better grip on your decisions, understanding Pholus is unavoidable. Radical changes and life events are the turning points in our lives. Miracles that seem to happen overnight are influenced by Pholus. So, to understand yourself better and reduce the influence of your past, you must keep a check on the positioning of Pholus astrology in your chart.